We will ascend to heaven and smite him with bowls and spears.
Now see, all this came from Africa. So if anybody want to hold on to Africa, there you go right there. People that want to fight against the Most High. Okay? We're not down with Africa at all. Let's make that clear. Our homeland is Jerusalem. We're not down with Africa. We could care less about that region. The only thing that's going on in that place is the fact that on the Ivory Coast, the Western Ivory Coast, the majority of those people on the Western Ivory Coast are the children of Israel. But there's nothing great that we stake claim to, because we're not Africans. They're behind the religions of the world. They're behind the spiritual vortexes, the satanic vortexes of Egypt. They're behind all that. Look at, they was worshiping jackals, part people, fallen angels. We don't attribute to none of that madness. It's madness. See, and these are the things that we must bring forth, because this Afrocentric teaching have overwhelmed the people. Because you want to get away from the Europe, or I can't deal with the European Bible. Listen, our people ruled in Europe too. Okay? England is called what? Angel land. English means angel's tongue. During the Dark Ages, English was created to get us away from the Latin tongue. Think. Anglo-Saxon means the angelic sons of Isaac. Isaac is the father of Jacob. The Israelites ruled here during the Dark Ages. So don't think just because when you think of Europe, oh, it's European. Listen, we were in Europe too. Okay? The Bible is a Hebrew book. It was translated out of the Hebrew and the Greek. So don't run into this Afrocentric stuff because of what they teach you in Christianity. The Bible does not teach the traditions of Christianity. Okay? The Bible is a history book and it's a spiritual book. It's not a traditional book. As a matter of fact, if we were following the traditions of this book, you'll be following God's holy days instead of Satan's holidays. Go back. Go ahead.
And the Most High knew all their works and all their evil thoughts. And he saw the city and the tower which they were building.
Go ahead.
And when they were building, they built themselves a great city and a very high and strong tower. And on account of its height, the mortar and bricks did not reach the builders in their ascent to it, until those who went up had completed a full year.
You see that? It took a year for a brick to get from the bottom of this thing to the top. It was so high. Now imagine that. Read.
And after that, they reached to the builders and gave them the mortar and the bricks. Thus it was done daily. And behold, these ascended and others descended the whole day. And if a brick should fall from their hands and get broken, they would all weep over it. And if a man fell and died, none of them would look at him.
They didn't care if a man fell and died from the top. But let a brick fall. They would all cry because it takes a year for a brick to get up. And each day they're moving bricks. 600,000 people. Read.
Verse 29. And the Most High knew their thoughts. And it came to pass, when they were building, they cast their arrows towards the heavens.
So these, they mind. They, at the top of the tower, were shooting arrows out into heavens. Now, these are not just regular arrows. All right? They're shooting these, they got this technology trying to fight against the Most High on the top of this building. Right? Read.
And all the arrows fell upon them filled with blood.
And see, and this is why we go against what we call the Independence Day or 4th of July in the United States. 4th of July in the United States, they shoot what you would call fireworks into the sky to tempt the Most High. Independence Day. And they make you think that it's America's independence from Great Britain. But it has nothing to do with that. It has something to do with mankind's independence from the Most High. And when they shoot their fireworks into the sky with the lights and all that, they're tempting the Most High with war. Mimicking what they did right here on the Tower of Babel. Shooting fireworks out into space against the Most High. This is what they do. This is our governments and our militaries. Our Masons. Read.
And the Most High knew their thoughts. And it came to pass, when they were building, they cast their arrows towards the heavens. And all their arrows fell upon them filled with blood.
Go ahead.
And when they saw them, they said to each other, Surely we have slain all those that are in heaven. For this was from the Most High in order to cause them to err, and in order to destroy them from off the face of the ground. And they built a tower and city, and they did this thing daily until many days and years were elapsed. And the Most High said to the 70 angels, who stood foremost before him, to those who were next to him, saying, Come, let us descend and confuse their tongues.
He said, now he's sending 70 angels down to confuse their tongue. Read.
That one man shall not understand the language of his neighbor.
So this is breaking the languages down into 70 separate languages. Read.
And they did so unto them. And from that following day, they forgot each man his neighbor's tongue, and they could not understand to speak in one tongue. And when the builder took from the hands of his neighbors lime or stone, which he did not order, the builder would cast it away and throw it upon his neighbor, that he would die.
So because they couldn't communicate, they was killing each other on this tower. Read.
Verse 34.
Listen to what he did to one of the Hamitic people that was up there. Read.
And they did so many days, and they killed many of them in this manner. And the Most High smote the 3 divisions that were there, and he punished them according to their works and designs. Those who said, We will ascend to heaven and serve our gods, became like apes and elephants.
Became like apes and elephants. Now you see some of those African tribes out there that live like animals with dirt on them, and they act like animals. That was a curse that was put on them since the Tower of Babel. They're living like animals, like some of the pygmy tribes, some of the tribes that just have dirt on them and walking around like animals. That was a curse from what they did at the Tower of Babel. They're not even living as humans. So when we look at this stuff and see these things, like, man, why are these people operating like this? You think that's their choice. The Most High put a curse on them for what their foreparents did in the beginning. He says, for those that wanted to shoot arrows up into the heavens, I'm going to make their families like elephants and apes. They're going to be operating like elephants, throwing dirt on them and just operating like apes in the wild. Read.
And those who said, We will smite the heaven with arrows, the Most High killed them, one man through the hand of his neighbor. And the 3rd division of those who said, We will ascend to heaven and fight against them, the Most High scattered them throughout the earth. And those who were left amongst them, when they knew and understood the evil which was coming upon them, they forsook the building, and they also became scattered upon the face of the whole earth.
So what happens after the building is destroyed? After they can't build anymore, all these families start scattering and going throughout their respective areas with their respective languages. Now, each country think they have their own religion, but really they got the religion from where? Nimrod in the Tower of Babel. Hence, your Persian religion, your Asian religion, your Hamitic religion, all your religions started at the Tower of Babel. So now, when the Catholics go out on their missionaries to convert people, it's easy to convert them because instead of you converting someone into your religion, you just tell them the name of your God, which parallels their God. Oh, you do it? You do it Krishna? Okay, we call him Christ. Oh, you deal with this? Oh, we call him this. And all of them have a queen mother of heaven, a virgin child, and these places never heard of Jesus Christ. These places didn't have Christ in their culture, but yet they have the same rituals and the same understanding and the same beliefs. Why? Because it originated at the Tower of Babel. In this book right here, called The Two Babylons, it gives you the parallel between ancient Babylon and the world we see today. It's all Babylonian. It's all from Nimrod. It's all from the original construct. In order to understand the Most High, actually, you will not understand the Most High on any level in these religions. It's impossible. Because Satan is the Lord of all these religions. You have to step out and find out what it is, and that begins your quest on figuring out what the Most High wants you to find out about it. First, you must step out of all the religions first. Let me show you something here. Easter, the goddess of star. Here's the Babylonian eggs of the goddess of star. They had one with a snake wrapped around it, the serpent. You had one with the moon or the crescent like you would see in Islam. The egg represents fertility. It's an old Babylonian custom. I used to wonder, what do eggs have to do with Christ rising from the grave? What do bunny and eggs, what is this? Why am I painting eggs and have the kids running to chase some eggs on Easter Sunday? And why is it that Easter falls on Sunday every year? Oh, Babylonian worshiping of the sun. The egg represents Semiramis, who they claim came down to on the river Euphrates in an egg and hatched. It has nothing to do with Christ rising from the grave. Easter have nothing to do with Christ rising. Nothing to do with Christ rising from the grave. As a matter of fact, there is no holy day for Christ rising from the grave. Let me show you this. Then I'm gonna bring it around to my buddies that was there yesterday. Let me get it here. Excuse me. Let me show you all this here. This book is a must-have if you want to understand what you're really dealing with. The symbols that the Pope have with his hat and with his garments, all of that is Babylonian. One moment. Let me get it here. I'm looking for those different images here. This goes into Nimrod, his whole plan. It's the same plan of all governments today. One moment here. Oh, here it is here. Here's an example of the mother and child. Here's an ancient Babylonian. They have little sketches of the ancient Babylonian statue, and they have a sketch of the Indian statue. And as you can see, it's mother and child. And on